In the near future, aliens known as hosts are controlling Earth from the shadows. They've formed an organization called Transitional Authority, who keep cities under military occupation. Transportation passes are required to travel, curfews are very strict, and people who misbehave are sent as slaves to a place known as the factory. In Los Angeles, Will puts some cargo in his work van, but his secretive ways show that this isn't a routine delivery. His co-worker Carlos gives him a piece of paper and asks him to hand it to his family. After just a few blocks he encounters a roadblock, but his ID is fine and they let him pass because his cargo supposedly is work-related. Minutes later Will meets with his contact and pays him with the cargo for his help. Will is hidden in a freezer in the back of a truck with another man and they're covered with an insulating blanket plus a layer of ice. Inside the freezer there's a small screen so they can see what's happening outside. Aboard, Will tells the other guy that he's looking for his son in Santa Monica because they were separated during the invasion. When they make it to the exclusion zone, they change the driver and the truck gets scanned, but thanks to the ice the guys aren't found. The truck is authorized to cross the gate, but at that moment an explosion happens and the vehicle starts rolling. The freezer opens and the other guy falls, hitting his head and dying in the process. Will crawls out of the truck and sees the entire area destroyed, only for a bunch of soldiers and drones to surround him. Moments later Will is locked up in prison and not allowed to make a call. Back in town, Will's wife Katie meets with a nurse who makes insulin in secret since supplies are scarce. Katie pays with a bottle of whiskey, which is also rare, and the deal is done. However, when Katie takes a closer look at the bottle she's given, she can tell it's not fake. She tries to take her whiskey back and when the woman refuses, Katie reveals she has a gun to get her whiskey and leaves. That night Katie and her son Abraham are worried because Will hasn't come back from work and it's dangerous after curfew hours. Katie's sister Maddie arrives to ask for the insulin for her son because her supply is almost finished and Katie promises she'll get some soon. Then she asks her to stay with the kids while she goes looking for Will. First she visits Carlos, who confirms Will was at work but doesn't say anything else. When she returns to the streets, Katie sees a drone coming and hides under a military vehicle currently being used to transport a prisoner.